Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to give you 3 tips for more effective oracle readings that you can do for yourself. So here we go. The first thing to do before you pick up a deck and select a message or a card from an oracle deck is think about the question you want to ask. Okay, it's really important. You always have to choose and select a message with intention. Okay, so the question could be, what do I need to know for my highest good today? What actions do I need to take today for a particular situation? But think about and decide the question you're going to ask and write it down if you need to. I write down my questions every morning before I ask them. And when you're asking your question, you want to ask an open-ended question, meaning you've got room to interpret what the answer is then. So a closed question is one that is going to give you a yes or no answer. Don't ask those kind of questions because life's not that straightforward and simple. You're never going to get that definitive kind of answer by asking a yes or no question. You want to ask something open. What is the potential of? What is the outcome if I take this action? What more guidance can you give me? What can you tell me about? So it's those very open questions that you need to ask. So tip number 1, decide on your question, make sure it's an open-ended question. And then tip number 2, when you do pick up your deck, hold on to it, think about your question and keep the question in mind as you are shuffling, okay? Give the cards a good shuffle. It doesn't matter how you do them. I do a poker shuffle, just do it however you want, but keep that question in mind as you're asking, as you're shuffling. And you might just want to meditate for a couple of minutes on that question as well to make sure it really resonates and you're asking the right question. So tip number 2, hold the question in mind as you're shuffling. Tip number 3, when you select your card, do it very intuitively. Don't consciously think about it, do it quickly. When I've shuffled, I spread the cards along the table and just allow my hand to move to the card that it wants to select. Sometimes the card pops out, sometimes it's really obvious. But if you find yourself wondering where to go and consciously thinking about it, stop, shuffle again and do it again until you can intuitively choose your third card. So those are my 3 tips for more effective oracle readings. Decide what your question is before you start. Think about your question, keep it open-ended. The second tip, as you shuffle and move your deck and the cards around, keep the question in your mind. And thirdly, when you spread the cards out on the table, if that's how you do it, choose very intuitively, or if you cut the deck in half, choose very intuitively, and then you'll get a message that you can interpret that will give you guidance and help you create the life you want. Hope you enjoyed those 3 top tips. Take care. Bye.